Firstly, I want to say how excited I am for With Love. Um, what can you tease about the series and who Miles Murphy is?
That's a great question. The series, as you know, is a really delightful and funny and warm and touching rom-com. It centers around the Diaz family. It's an extended family. If well, you want to get straight into Miles, the Diaz family. There's Emrod's character. There's Lily and Jorge, and there's the brother and sister. And everybody's at a different point in their personal love stories. We have, multi-generational stories, and it takes place over the course of 5 major holidays. So we get to see the progression of everybody's individual love stories as they progress and have setbacks and unfold in various different ways. And so Miles is a plastic surgeon at a hospital, and I have eyes for Sol, who is the cousin in the Diaz family. And Miles is a different, I'm coming off of One Day at a Time, where I got to play this kind of really fun, big goofball, lovable goofball character,
Right.
that has, had a different sense, a little out of touch with reality. So Miles is completely different. Miles is very grounded and sweet, and hasn't been out on the market for a long time, dating wise, and so he's gearing up to make a move with Sol and see how that goes. And I think there's a little trepidation from both of them about what's going to happen, but ultimately really excited. And it's a really fun, beautiful beginning of a love story between these two, which was really fun to play.
Absolutely. How was Miles originally described to you, and what made you want to be a part of the series?
Well, the series is created by Gloria Calderon-Kellett, who is one of the co-creators of One Day at a Time. And so, any chance I could get to work with her again, we're old friends. And, doing One Day at a Time with her was one of the biggest dreams of my career, as well as, Mike Royce and Norman Lear and Rita and the whole cast. But to work with Gloria again was a real treat. And, it's a different character than I've played in a while. I haven't played a romantic lead in a long time, although I think people did want me to be a romantic lead with Penelope here and there during One Day at a Time, but that never came to fruition, which was, for the best. I think we got to really explore like a platonic friendship in a beautiful way on that show. So it's nice to, play, to be in love and to, play out the beginning of a relationship, the evolution of a relationship. And of course there's the aspect of the storyline that is, we're the first trauma-free holiday love story involving a trans character. So, that part to me is a huge honor to be involved in. I mean, it's, we're making a little bit of TV history and hopefully breaking down some barriers and changing the way people look at, sexuality, really. And I'm super proud to be a part of that.
Absolutely. And it's such a topic that people don't really know much about. And so to see it come to fruition on like such awesome TV shows is something that really needs to be out there. So yeah,
absolutely.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
This series takes place portraying a new holiday, I believe, in each episode. What was it like to film each episode while doing this?
It was really cool. It was interesting. I mean, I've filmed holiday episodes of TV shows in the past, but not constantly. You know what I mean? Like we would on other shows, you come in and you do, a bunch of episodes, and then there happens to be one that's like the Valentine's Day episode. or what have you. And this was like every single minute of work was a holiday, which was super fun because I love the holidays. And it was, but it was interesting because we were shooting in Los Angeles in the height of summer. So to shoot Christmas when it's 110 degrees outside is is kind of hilarious. But it did really, like, there's something about the holidays, whether it's, you know, I mean, I realize for a lot of people, there's a lot of anxiety around the holidays. There's, you know, it can be a little bit of a loaded time of year at various holidays, but no matter who you are, there's something nostalgic in some way about the holidays. And so every episode is just packed with like this incredible warmth and love, you know. I mean, it's in the title. It's really like, it's pretty special. And, you know, it's even if you're not a huge lover of the holidays because of whatever reason, I think this is a great way to enjoy the holidays and have a nice escape, you know. It's just it's I'm really proud of it. It's just it's like a warm hug for the country, which is what I think we all need.
Absolutely. That's a good way to put it.
5 or so years. Yeah.
Is there an episode or a specific moment from this season that you're excited for fans to see?
I'm excited for there's something in every episode that is a big deal. But yeah, I mean, I think I really loved episode 2, particularly just for Miles and Soul. But also just in general for the whole cast and the whole show. I really love the Christmas episode. I think the Christmas episode. I don't know. I gotta say, they're all great. It's so hard to pick. But keep an eye out in episode 2. There's some really fun stuff that happens with Soul and Miles, and then it gets a little crazy. Then it might come back. You know, there's some ups and downs. It's love. It's always going to be ups and downs.
Absolutely. What do you think it is about With Love that is going to make it so unique to audience that is tuning in?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, you know, this, I don't think there's been a show like this ever. I don't think, you know, with, I mean, aside from me, a complete Latinx cast, holiday themed, where there's, you know, no stereotypes and tropes. And it's just a really beautiful show about love. I mean, I don't know if this is the first one. It feels like it's the first one, but if it's not, there should be more, you know? And so it's you're going to see love stories unfold in ways that you haven't seen love stories unfold before on TV, which is really cool. That's one of the big things that makes it unique. But the thing that's interesting about it is that as unique as the show is, what it shows us is ultimately is that we're all the same. We're all looking for love. We all experience love, and all of the headaches that come with it, but all the joy that comes, you know, and it doesn't matter, you know, what your ethnicity is or what your background is, or, you know, how you identify. Love is love, and we're all deserving of it. We're all capable of giving love and receiving love. And I hope people look past all the differences and see the similarities in that.
Absolutely. And that's such like a beautiful message to leave and hope the audience takes with it when they watch the episodes play out.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that's what people take away from it. I think it's unavoidable after watching this.
Since it's the holiday season, are there any holiday traditions that you're excited for?
Oh man, all of them. I love the holidays. I mean, you know, listen, the history of what America has traditionally celebrated on Thanksgiving is obviously not true. And so, you know, we don't celebrate that on Thanksgiving what we celebrate is getting together with loved ones and sharing food and supporting each other. And so, you know, for that reason, I like it's always a warm environment on that holiday. And that kind of starts the whole thing. I love when it gets cold and I get to put on sweaters. Not that it gets terribly cold in Los Angeles, but we usually go to, my wife is from England and I'm from Massachusetts. And so we usually go to one of those places for the holidays. And it does get cold and I like to put on my sweater and we go sledding and do all that stuff. So like my son is 3.5 now. So what's interesting is I'm reliving all of my childhood through him. It's like we just went to a friend's house for Thanksgiving and, you know, there were a bunch of kids running around and I just looked at him. He's the happiest I've ever seen him because he's just, you know, it's just one of those moments where he's stealing pie. He doesn't think anybody's noticing. They're drinking sodas they're not supposed to be drinking. They're just getting into it and having a blast. And I was like, I remember that. I remember being a little kid and just like, it's just very warm and there's lots of people and it's lots of mischief. And so I'm really enjoying the holidays for that reason.
Awesome. Is there anything new on the horizon for you? Anything that fans can expect to see you in?
Yeah, With Love. It premieres December 17th on Amazon Prime Video. That's the latest. I also have another movie coming out called The Time Capsule, which is a really interesting, really sweet, really beautiful independent film that's gosh, I don't want to give too much away, but there's a sci-fi, it's a sci-fi love story, but a very grounded sci-fi story. And it's really interesting, but that I'm supposed to find out soon. I don't know exactly when that premieres, but early part of next year.
Awesome. And my last question for you is, you have some pretty amazing fans. What would you like to say to everyone who are fans and supporters of you and the work that you do?
Without you, there is no me. I don't know. Like, thank you. Our fans are, I mean, the One Day at a Time fans, anybody who watches anything I do and supports anything I do, I'm so grateful because that's why we do it. That's, you know, I live to make people laugh and feel things. And I love interacting with everybody. And I wish that we could interact more. It's been a little tough because of COVID. My favorite thing on show night, when we used to do One Day at a Time, because we used to film in front of an audience of about 300 people. And before every show, we would go grab dinner at the cafeteria on the Sony lot. And when we would come out we'd have a break to go have dinner. And during our break is when they would bring everybody in for the audience. And so you'd have 300 people lined up getting checked in to go into the soundstage. And I'd come out, and this is before COVID, I would go through and hug the entire line because it was just the best. They're the best. I love all of our fans, and I'm just so grateful for all of you.
Absolutely.